Hi, welcome to this Excel video tutorial. In this video, I'm going to show you how to remove line breaks with FILTERXML function. So let's get started. The XML simply stands for Extensible Markup Language, which is basically used to store and transport data. So let's see our sample dataset and what exactly we want to achieve. Now, in our sample dataset, we have this record showing line breaks as a result of the text wrap we have here. Now, there are a couple of ways in which you can actually remove line breaks without formula. Okay, but we want to do a worksheet function using the FILTERXML to have the data in the proper Excel way. So let's proceed. I'm going to come to the solution sheet. Now, to understand the XML, we need to understand the basics. For example, you can actually use any values or numbers you want. The most important thing is the encoding, okay? That is the open element, close element, open element, close element, that is for the top and bottom respectively. So in our case, I'm going to use funny, Tom and Jerry for our cartoon. So for Tom, we have the open element top with angle brackets, and for the close element top, we have the Tom with / and of course with the angle brackets, and of course we have the Jerry with the open element bottom and another Jerry with / which is the close element bottom. So let's see how to do this, okay? And it's going to be an interesting one. So please remember to hit the subscribe button as we move forward. So I'm going to come to cell A2. I'm going to deploy the FILTERXML function, which basically returns specific data from the XML content using the specified XPath language. So press the tab key. Now we have two compulsory arguments. We have the XML and the XPath. Now for the XML, I'm going to use the open element top as well as open element bottom. So that's going to go inside double quotation. So I'm going to say quote open element. I'm going to type in Tom, close the element, open another angle bracket, and I'm going to type in Jerry. Then I close the angle bracket and I close the double quote. Now I'm going to use the ampersand to concatenate that with. Now I need to introduce the substitute, text join, and the char function. So let's do the substitute. Now the substitute will replace an existing text with new text in a text string. So for the first argument of the substitute function, I'm going to throw in the M365 text function, that is the text join, which is what we need in this case. Now the text join requires the delimiter. Now because we are trying to undo line breaks, so I'm going to use the char function, one of the powerful function in Excel, which returns the character specified by the code number from the character set for your computer. Now we know what is called the ASCII code, and the code, the number that governs the line break is 10. So I'm going to just put in 10 inside the char function, then I close the char, and then we are back to the text join. So for the ignore empty, and of course we want to actually return true and comma. So for the text one, I'm going to come to the data and select this entire rows and close the parentheses. Then we can actually come out to this solution. Okay, now let's move further. So comma. Now the old text that we actually want to replace is going to be the same line break, which is char 10. Okay, I'm going to put the 10 and comma. Now the new text is where I'm going to introduce the close element bottom and the close elements. Okay, so let's start with that. Open parenthesis, then I need angle bracket and I need / Jerry, close the angle bracket, another angle bracket. Now I need the open element bottom, okay, because we have used the close element bottom here. So I'm going to just do Jerry without / in this case. Then I close the double quote, and after I've done that, then we are through with the substitute formula. So I close the parentheses and then we are back to the XML. So again, I'm going to use the ampersand sign to concatenate that with single quote, angle bracket. Now in this case, I want the close element bottom and the open close element top. So let's do that. / then I'm going to put in Jerry, close the angle bracket, another angle bracket, / Tom. Then I close the angle bracket again, and then we close the double quote, and that is the formula that we need for the extensible markup language in this case. So I close the, put in a comma. Now we need the expert. So the expert is just the element that will bring forward what we are transporting. So in this case, I'm going to use single quotes, and I'm going to do double / and then we want Jerry. Then I close the double quote, and finally I close the filter XML. Now when I try to evaluate this, it's going to show error because you can actually evaluate filter XML function, but I believe everything is looking cool. So let's do Control Enter. Absolutely cool. So when you come here, you can actually see that we have undone the line breaks, okay, and we have our data in the proper Excel manner. What I'm going to do next is simple. So I'm going to just come here and watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to drag across. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so we have our data looking good. Now what I'm going to do is to apply the format painter. So I'm going to just click on this end of this here and click on the format painter, and I just paste the format. And let's do the same thing for here. I'm going to copy this too, then click on the format painter, and then we brush it. So we have meaningful results. Now you can actually see that we're having this value error. No problem, let's just undo the problem from here. So I'm going to come here and apply if error. Okay, so if there's an error, what do we want? We just want an empty string, close parenthesis, Control Enter, and then we can actually drag again. Absolutely cool. So let's just apply that, format painter one more time. Okay, and then our data is fully ready in the Excel manner. Now you can actually see that we have the scale range working. Okay, but this is the top cell where the formula actually originate from. So these are all what I call scale range. Now let's do a simple calculation to see whether these are actually going to work as numbers or not. So I have this brand here, Toyota. So let's calculate the total price. Now I'm going to use this powerful sum if function. Now the sum is going to be this range, comma, and of course we want the brand column, and comma. So we want this criterion one, which is this Toyota one side, close parenthesis, Control Enter, Control Shift 4 to apply currency in your regional settings. And then let's see, for Toyota this is 1, and the next one is this. So in the below here we have 2,853, okay, and we have exactly the same thing in our cell. So this is essentially how we can use formula to remove line breaks in Excel. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please share, like, and comment in the section below because there's a lot to come. Thank you and bye for now. Cheers.